going, everyone? King74 and welcome to the 39th Let's Play Kirby Triple Deluxe. So, I think it was about, I don't know, how long did I get a Kirby game? Oh yeah, it was Kirby Mouse Attack, I know that. And it's just giving us the cutscene that we're not supposed to see just yet, but we will soon. So anyways, yeah, I figured that I might try out playing a Kirby game, because, you know, why not? Let's do another Kirby game for like 10 Let's Plays before... Was it 10 Let's Plays? I don't know. Well anyways, I'll get in more to it about Kirby's Triple Deluxe, but anyways, I will tell you this. This is the sequel to Kirby Superstar Saga. So yeah, now, the main focus I'm going to be using is the DS update. You'll see that very soon. I did a little bit of practice run on this one, so we're going to be doing the main bit of the game. By doing this, we're going to be doing story mode first. I will get into these collaborative bits later on in the video, but however, let's just get into the story. For that introduction, man, this game's given a real test life on this one. Now we're saving our enemy as well. Anyways, our first level is Flowery Fields. Have I spelled that right? So anyways, in our bottom screen, here we have Kirby's lives and Sunstones. But however though, the main focus is going to be the top bit of the video. Anyways, we're going to go into stage 1. Let's get Kirby in. So as if I pause the menu, anyways, inhale enemies to complete their abilities. You're not sure to remove spells for now you're climbing on the beanstalk and rescuing King Dedede. So anyways, Kirby can do a lot of things. Down quickly, there's that, and then here are the other bits that you can't see on the bottom screen, unfortunately. But anyways, let's get into the main adventure with Kirby, because, you know, this is what Kirby's all about, you know. He's gonna save his old enemy, because, you know... Well, maybe he's been forgiven. I don't know, somehow. And oh, Kirby's waving at me. Alright. And now this has given us the introduction in how animes and spit them out. And oh, this guy's gonna try and do his very best to get what he wants. And as we can press the down pad and press the A button, that will lead us that. But anyways, inhale this and press the down button, we get the sword ability. Unleash the strike, king of melee weapons. Drill, spin, right through the verse, slash down with the enemies. Run for the heavens and let out a war cry. So yeah, no mistaking, Kirby is basically wearing a hat of link. And how come the Waddle Dees are here? Why they're trying to stop us? I mean, they saw their king being taken. What's so bad about that? But anyways, here we get the introduction right here. So 2-star D, a 2-star D. So it's basically you go into the background. Ha! How fitting! Kirby in a background game. That's gonna mean something. And as if you want to get rid of your power ability, press the X button. What the one? Oh, I know what the Y button does. We'll see in a minute. Anyways, here we have now Fire. A flaming ability that burns while hot. Lights the flame of your head. Send it to a fireball. Flame with a fireball inflicts. So now this is what we'll try and do. I will try my best to get every single Kirby power up, but I don't know if I'm gonna try everything I can. Anyways, we'll just burn that enemy alive. Inside here. So anyways, if you see a yellow door, the yellow door means that you cannot return back to that door. And notice this enemy right here just flew into the 2D, now into the 3D bit. He thinks he's so smart. Anyways, burn that. And burn here, we get a keychain. Your main focus is collecting as many keychains as you can, but it's entirely up to you if you want to get X. If you want to. But there is going to be a good reward. It is due to 100% completion. Get all the keychains. So we get that. We want to make sure I don't touch that. Because if I recall, or if I go back, I thought there was a little secret. We'll go. Just want to make sure there's anything I'm not missing. So you might be seeing me doing some bit of sacrificing, you know, a bit. So now here we have Shock. Multiply with the circle pad, charge up your power and release shock frames. Shock. So shock the enemies, and then when it's fully charged. And then press the let go button. Kaboom! Hadouken! Down here, get that okay. And then go inside here. And then in here. Magical fruits. Eating the mysterious fruit has become Kirby as an escaping of other abilities. However, the exploding energy of Kirby's stomach has begun to evaporate back into the vagina. You can create giant hole objects. So it's basically just telling us how we're going to solve it. So yes, Hibernova. Don't know what's the word. Inhale. There we go. There we go. That was no match. That tree was no match for that. And as the game's going to tell us that we have to collect that. You got a sunstone, a power of the sun could leave us forever. You will need to find some of them to open up the path of the boss way. So we want to remember that. So we want to be collecting all of these, because there'll be something good if you do collect all of them. So anyways, inhale the enemies. Eat what we can. That's what basically what Kirby is. Kirby eats everything. Now originally, the Kirby games, Kirby was going to be yellow, but apparently they changed it because, you know, they were copying someone else's idea. I don't think I'll be able to get that. It's going to crush these bolts right here. Thank God that does not crush me. Like that. And we collected all the sunstones. So basically in this area there are basically 2 sunstones in this area. So, now I want to be very careful what I'm about to do. If I could do it just one, I don't know if I can. Okay, it's gonna be, yeah, I've done it right. Okay, so, right there is a golden keychain. You want to be collecting these. They are hidden around the world. And possibly hidden around some tough bits around that you'll have to find. And there's our first mini-boss. Well, technically not mini-boss. And yeah, if you have the 3D thing on, it makes you think you've been hit by a 3D thing, and oh no, I've been faked. Right, so wait for the timing. The easy bit you could try and do is press the home menu button. However, I'm not playing. And here comes our time for one. Big bad boss! Stand over here as he comes down from the bottom. Which is he did right then. Oh! That sucks. Oh, I could have just got him. There we go! And he doesn't fly into the screen, he flies into the background and makes a cracked path. And that is where the goal is. For completing that, Kirby gets rid of his Hypernova power, because, you know, you can't take it in full stage. And we get a little minigame to play. Free. Anyways, for collecting some of these keychains, we get certain keychains of Kirby's. Basically, in Kirby at any game, here we get Kirby's Bushkers, Kirby in a carrier. We get Kirby Superstar Knuckle Joe. And our rare one is the Star Wars from Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland. For completing that, we unlock the second stage. So let's do the second stage. So we have 3 sunstones to get and 1 keychain we have to get. If you want to look at the keychains, that's on the bottom screen. I don't have anything on the top there. I'm sorry, I want to play the top screen as soon as I can. Anyways, here's the sunstones, and it's 1. And altogether, you have to collect 100. Yeah, good luck with that. We're going to be trying our best collecting 100 of them. If not, then, well, no, there's no going to be if not. We're going to try our darn best. So speedrunners do it. They press the D-pad down. Yeah, case we can't make that one singular jump. Inside here. So, yeah, I have played this game. I played it 3 times before it came out, and I just feel like, oh, what the heck, I'll play it again, and then, you know, my practice bit was my 3rd one. Yeah, that's just about it. I stopped the practice. Yeah, level 1. But anyways, something new. We get Bell, Kirby, Bell. Wing a ding, ding, ding. And a golden bell shakes it, and strong fights for us. Give us a badge. Seems to be a little wing ding dong. And that's about it. And there you go, there's our mission right there. So nice, we're gonna go bang bang. Now, I would say the bell ability is kind of not my thing, to be honest. I know there are some good power-ups later in the game, but there will be some later. But however, though, here we get the introduction of tilting our DS for motion controls. Oh boy, some of you people are gonna hate that or love that. Especially when you're on the capture recording session. God, that's gonna be a real nut job, that is. Oh, this secrets from God. So, you're gonna... oh, I took my first hit. Screw you. Dude. I'm gonna have to make a massive apology. I might be a bit struggled on this game, because I wasn't a very good Kirby playing gamer on the DS. The only good game I was very good at was only Mouse Attack, that was it. I never got Kirby Superstar Deluxe, and Kirby Mars Attack, but that was not a, well, it was a Kirby game, but it was just different than the Kirby game. Okay, so nice, here we have another tilting DS thing. What we have to do is shoot ourselves in the cannon. Shortcut tactics! Alright, so this one has the stance down, so we definitely... Excuse me, shoot ourselves in the cannon right there. Get our second stance down. And, oh no, I hit the wrong one. What would I ever do now? Door. And here we get another power up. We get Whip. Whip's from Kirby Return to Dreamland. So nice. It's an adventure copy ability that comes with a cool hat and a whip that's long enough to parallel with enemies and items to watch you in a snap. So yeah, now Kirby's a real Wild West cowboy now. Okay, so we get a secret door. If there's a secret door, that means there's a secret door beyond it. So what we want to do in this one, we want to pour some water. There we go, we get a little flower, and that contains a key. And that will contain a flower for a platform. Doing that platform, we get some food, and we get our third sunstone. We haven't come across to our key changes yet. Rude! I was looking away a minute ago, and then you attacked me. Let's just get rid of that, so we don't get blasted off. So nice. Bit right here. Well, that was the golden keychain a minute ago. I'll be really happy if I got that. So yeah, like I said before, I'm going to be a little bit blind on this one. I might have to look up some rock clips. So nice, Bandana Order will give you items if you have the power of you can actually street pass. So if you street pass with anyone, you can get good items, good recovery items. We got a strawberry over there, so that's kind of good to have. I'm gonna keep with it. When you see Waddle Dee, there's always a mini-boss. Mr. Fawcett, we're just gonna whip him! He's probably into that. Oh, another thing you can try and do is hold the L and R button. You can do this, so that makes you dodge enemies. Gonna spank him in his butt! From defeating a mini-boss, you get their little copy ability. Now you want to make sure you get their copy ability items, because in certain places and certain areas you probably want to do. But that was just lucky I got that. Alright, here we go. Let's see if we've not messed this up. Oh, so close. You get Skarmories. I think it's just basically on the sprites what they're on. What's this one? Dino Blade from Kirby Superstar. I guess that's the stage 3. For the first episode, what the heck, we'll go to stage 3. I know many people will just end off in stage 2, but how about though? I'm going exotic. These royalties are being laboured. They're laboured trying to kill us. I don't think there's anything with ice. Actually, did we see... Yeah, we did not see a copy ability. Freeze enemies while ice breathing and skate around when you're on ice kick guide when you ice skates. And this is telling us how you will do it. And that's oh, you want to do it. That is a big guy. I know I want to keep it, but however though we just showed that off a little bit. I want to get a new power. We did see a new power right over here. Can I get it? I can't get it well as well. And as we have Cutter, a boomerang that returns to your head and throws in certain way. Use it to cut ropes. So yeah, we can do a charge attack. We can guide it anywhere we want if we're fast with it. And it can cut some bushes. Burgers. Hamburgers if that blows the boss or something. Let me check if there's anything. Aha! There's something. I always want to make sure when there is something around here. Alright, so we need that golden thing. So we will have to take the 3D star. No, I don't think there's anything. Yep. Got that. Got the bush from that. And we get a golden keychain. And nothing around here. Let's go. Alright, so we got that. So now we need to be focusing on the good stuff. Right here, there's another 3D scrolling thing. So next, what you want to do is shoot the Waddle Dee! Probably you don't want to do that, but however though, you do want to shoot these things. Because they all contain some secrets. This one over there. Good thing we shot that. And one brick. Oh, big frickin' whoop. All we have to do is go all the way here. Want to grab that? Well, we're practically alright. We don't need it. Get our first sunstone. figured of Super Mario World. You know, you just live from the thing. That's not in this one, unfortunately. You want to make sure you be looking up a lot. Just fire, don't be fire, because we shut that off. Now, there will be something down there, just to give you the heads up, so just make sure you just have a look first. If there's nothing there, then don't bother getting it, okay? Right. There's something over here. Secret door. And we will need fire. It's a good thing there's fire here. So now, what you want to do is you're controlling the DS while lighting the fuse. However, here's what you want to do. You want to make sure you have Kirby in the can. If you don't have Kirby in the cannon, then that's going to be a total waste. So you slow down. Blast up here. That's our second one. Very, very nice. Let's go in. Here. We'll get a little spin charge right there. That's me not looking. And look at this! Another Hypernova! Eat up! You can! You want to make sure you want to be looking around in case there's any secrets around here, like star. Alright, so this guy's over there, and get this, we're eating up his ass. And we could go inside that thing, yeah, that's just real something, isn't it? You always want to make sure there's anything in here. If there's not, then don't bother getting that. And thank you for turning around. I think there's a bit of another level that you can try and do. And oh, we're so mean. We didn't have to kill them. That is a secret door that I would like to. Yeah, I think that's telling us that we need to go there, so we're just going to quickly go over here without inhaling that giant web. Well, maybe... No, I'm not going to try. Let's just go in here. And what we want to do is we want to pull these bits over here. Shaboom! Now there will be a level later where you're supposed to not do it at full power. You have to do it like slightly a little bit. So I'm just giving you the big warning that what will come after that. This question. Okay. So what was the point of going down there? I don't think there was any. No, I'm not missing any sunstones. I got the golden keychain at this level. Oh, another thing, the golden keychains, they're not going to be on your things to give you the heads up, so you just have to look at, you just have to remember what keychain you got from that level. So that would be a big problem. How could you prison a door? That's like caging up a door if you wanted to. Well, you can't cage up a door. Nothing around here. Could eat my own words if I miss something. This looks like something that I could try and do. Daylight! And we get an easy Sunstone. And that's the end of the level. Oh, stage 3 already? Jeez. Let's see if we can try and get perfect. Perfect! We get a free keychain from it. And it's the triple star from Kirby Squeak Squads. Got this tiny thing from Nightmare in Dreamland. Why is it called a Shutsuka? Does that doesn't make sense? And that's on a Waddle Dee. A Go-Go from Kirby Superstar Ultra. And that's it. That takes us to stage 4. But however though, we're gonna end things off here. So join me guys next time in Kirby Triple Deluxe. We go to stage 4. And after stage 4 is the big bad of something. It looks like one bit off the stage. See you guys next time.